I'm talking about is a trend around how this has become the most important screen in our lives, and the network, the quality of the telecom infrastructure that's becoming available. You have the kind of speeds. When I was a student, we used to have a DSL line which had to be plugged in, and I think 1 Mbps used to be a big deal, much big deal, for which you had to pay some crazy amount of money, and your speeds were ridiculous. You could see tuck 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 tuck, the router would do tuck tuck for you to actually connect. Now this gives you connectivity, you are able to have video content available and accessible to you. So the fact that a kid in a remote village anywhere, whether it's the backwaters in here or in the remotest part in the northeast or somewhere in Leh, the kid there has similar aspirations and has access to the same content, and that's where what we are going to be talking to you today comes in and fits in there. If you look at the data, and Aakash is known for its capability, its ability to make a difference to students, especially when they are preparing for high stakes exam in science, and which require proficiency in science and mathematics. So whether it's engineering or whether it's medical, the proficiency that you need is in science and mathematics. And over a period of 36 odd years, we have built that capability, which has been demonstrated in the kind of results we produce. And I'll give you a few examples, and this is not in part of the briefing pieces, so if you want you can take those notes. Kerala, if you just take the example of Kerala number of NEET test takers are about 136,000. This is a state which has the highest cutoffs, right? At 650, 670, any other normal year is where the admissions close, in spite of the large number of seats here. And the number of kids who qualify amongst the test takers is almost as high as 63-65%. That's the case for the last year. In case for Aakash, we have about a little under less than 2,000 students who appeared through our system and center last year. Our success rate was 83. Unlike the state success rate of qualifiers, which was 63, Aakash, the students who appeared, we had an 83% success rate of qualifying. So there is an expertise which Aakash brings to table when you talk high stakes exam. And I am not talking JEE here, I just picked up NEET as an example to talk about it because the counseling is just sort of getting over and kids are getting admissions into the colleges. But most test takers write the test in English, even though Malayalam is a language which is available for writing tests in. So if you were to look at the data, I think amongst the test takers, less than 958. In some year it was 1540, some year it's 958. So less than 2,000 test takers have opted for writing in Malayalam. So if you were to think like that, you would actually miss the trick. All research around learning tells you the child learns the best in the mother tongue. And that's where we are trying to address that gap. You may choose to write the exam in one language, but you start strategizing and thinking about writing the exam. The thinking is happening in your mother tongue. Why Malayalam? I answered. Why YouTube? Because it gives you access, and if this is the screen which is making all the difference to the child's thinking, and these are all, you call them Gen Z, you call them digital natives, these are kids who are far more savvy on the use of this, and they consume content, and in their consumption they also put together how they are going to be approaching a problem. What we are going to be offering on the channel is a set of content which draws on the national expertise that Aakash has. We are not talking just content around lectures, etc., because lectures should be delivered in a language in which the child is choosing to write the exam, because that's most relevant. You take your notes in the language in which you are going to be writing exam. But the strategy of what you are going to be doing, how should you prepare, what you should think, how should you go about it is something that you are doing in your mother tongue. And that's where all those tips, the expertise of the years of Akash's working is going to be available to a child anywhere in Kerala, or any person with a Kerala origin anywhere in the world, through a YouTube channel which is going to be in Malayalam. That's the offering today, and that's why we chose to invite you, and that's why I flew here to talk to you and talk to you about this step that we are taking to connect better, engage better with our learners and the test takers of the future.
First of all, thanks to all of you for coming here and joining us. This is a big day for us because every new thing is a challenge as well as it's a hot process. Now, since Aakash as an institution is always known for its innovation, where we are always working towards the benefit of the students, how we can really work with them, how we can work with the parents, where we can help them to choose the right way to excel in the career. Now, we started long back, 13, 14, we started, and now it's a big tree here in Kerala itself. We have performed fairly well. So the purpose of YouTube channel, practically as Sir said, that now this is the device which is available at the remotest place. Now students facing few challenges to select the right career, the right institution, the right guide and mentor. Practically what happens, students go with a perception or recommendations, and that may or may not be right, because now a lot of advertisement methods are there. Now the remotest student who is sitting at the remotest part of the Kerala may or may not have the right guidance. Through this, when this will be available to every student of Kerala across the geography of Kerala, perhaps we'll be able to guide them in a way they want. Why language, sir, has already explained that Malayalam as a language, perhaps the grasping and understanding to take the call, because you need not to translate it into the language where you are writing. Perhaps parents and students will be able to understand, and all the students who are at the remotest place, villages, can also have the access to the quality material which is going to be available on this. So the deeper penetration, the better assistance and guidance, that is the motive of this channel. Using the YouTube, perhaps now if you go to any place, students, they are used to for the YouTube channel, and it is easily accessible with this technology and the devices available. So we are very optimistic that Aakash can really help the parents and the students to choose the right career as well as the right guidance, and we'll be able to help all of them together from here. So this is what is from me. Thank you.
Well, is where you will have elements which are relevant for a child. So it's going to be available there. The content is around tips. How should you look at your time management? How should you actually plan your day? How everything else which helps you become more effective around everything that you're doing. So content elements and things which we believe we are in a very good position to offer as help as Aakash over 35 years.
So total free content for the students.
So go ahead.
Yes.
So you talk about it. You do a bit.
Live class or?
No. So our thought process is we can offer live classes also. So when you're writing an exam in a language, your notes, your content should come to you in the language in which you are going to be writing the exam. But besides that, everything else that you're doing, you're thinking in your mother tongue. Everything around that is going to be available on the channel. There would be content elements also, but no lectures, so to say, your live lectures. That won't help because most of the kids are writing out of the total 136,974 kids who wrote exam last year or 2024, or less than 2,000 chose to write it in Malayalam. So, but they're thinking all of them are kids with their homes in Kerala or their adopted homes in Kerala, because that's what their Aadhaar card says. For them, we are giving them ability to think, strategize. Everything else is available. There is an opportunity to put that, but I don't think there would be any takers for content of that nature on this channel.
IITG entrance exams.
Yeah.
The 2000, you said you have 83% success rate.
So I'm saying 83% of our test takers. So if you look at the success
That's
rate.
all India level or
No, I'm just talking Kerala. Among the qualifier ratio in Kerala from test takers is 63%. In case of Aakash, it is 83%. So we are proud that we are able to do much, much better than the average in a high performing state. It's a very high performing state. Within that high performing state, we are able to produce even better results than the average sitting here.
Can you tell us something about your success rate all India level?
I would say, I think our success rate all India, we can actually give you a specific number. I won't have it offhand, but it's about 70% if I remember right.
Yes.
It's around 70.
Branches in Kerala?
Seven branches we are having.
Only 7.
We are from Kannur, then we have in Kozhikode, and we are having in Thrissur. And in Cochin, we have 2 branches. Then we have in Trivandrum and Kollam.
Okay.
So almost the complete geography from north to south we have covered. Now,
It is south. Total 7 branches.
Yep.
yes.
But to answer your question a little differently, let me put it like this. To a child in the comfort of the home, if your connectivity is good, you don't need to go to a coaching class. Coaching is coming to your room. In the comfort of a home and through Aakash Digital, you have content available. We are looking at increasing our footprint further through hybrid learning centers. So that's the larger part of the game that we are talking about. So number of branches starts becoming immaterial when you start saying, I want to be available to a child in the comfort of the home or comfort of where you are. You don't get displaced. You don't all of you go to Kottayam to actually study, because that's why everybody wants to go to say, that's where the big factory of coaching is. Don't go there. Be where you are. Don't get displaced from your school. Don't get displaced from your family. Continue to enjoy your mother's food. Continue to, have play with your friends, and then prepare for high stakes exams. There is something called an Aakash National Talent Hunt exam. So student can connect with us, and NTE gives you the chance to become part. You score well, you can get up to close to 100% scholarship, and you can get access to our earliest set of batches, which gives you much longer time to prepare. Counsel you on what should be your way forward and what's the best way for you to go ahead. So those are the 2 ways to connect with us. And when you walk in, the first thing we do is to get to understand where is the child today and what is the level of rigor of preparation the child would need to succeed in these high stakes exams. Yes. So we will principally our own internal team, but wherever we'll need any assistance, we will do that. In fact, the content you will see, most of it is our own teachers or some of our own students are actually, the content is with them. And we have a very large base of Malayalam speaking and Kerala origin teachers.
Yes.
Very large base of that teacher base is sitting with us today. Depends in terms of what you're looking for. So it could be anything between a few minutes to half an hour up to an hour. The overall market, so to say, 200 plus unserved or underserved geographies. And our intent is, depending on physical capability and feasibility, we are currently serving a fairly large student base through 315 plus physical centers. A certain number of students, but there is a very large student population that we don't serve. But 30% of those students are sitting in geographies where we don't have a branch. So we want to set up branches or hybrid learning centers or various other ways in which we want to go to those 30% additional students over the next 12 months.
And this increase in the number of physical locations is applicable to Kerala too. So it will, from 7 it will go to...
We don't know. We are inviting partners to join us. So over the next 12 months, you will see a lot more of that. Lot more. Kerala is one of the most competitive markets. And I know I have in my last 35 years, I have worked with this market. People get the best out of the supplier, manufacturer, service provider. And so to that extent, the fees is actually below the national average in Kerala, right? Significantly below the national average in Kerala. But we are happy because we are serving some of the brightest minds. As a coach, as a teaching system, you feel even better that your children are doing well.
In this press release, you see a lot of contents are there. Now, normally what happens when as an institute, we open a branch in any of the places where you are thinking, we are expecting a student to come. The objective of this YouTube channel is to inspire many students who are not able to travel and come, but they will be benefited with the best available content also, which is free. So many students who want to prepare on their own, maybe at the place where they can't travel, they can't afford also, they will be able to use this entire content on subject wise. Best teachers, they are going to have the best, most complicated subject and the topics. It means a student will be benefited with the entire experience, 35 plus years experience of the academic excellence, free of cost from those locations. So perhaps you see the content, the type of model it is academics, it is administrative, it is mentoring. This entire channel will be able to help parents, students, academics, so that at least proper guidance can be given.
You have a number about the number of students who have qualified across all kinds of exams in the last 35 years.
35 years.
Sorry, missed you.
Do you have a number about the number of students who have qualified in all kinds of exams, competitive entrance exams in the last 35 years?
In the last 35 years, we have 8 lakh plus students, Akashians, who have qualified for engineering, specifically NEET, AIPMT, etc., the medical entrance and JEE kind of exams. 8 lakh plus was the count that we have over the last 35 years who have qualified.
Thank you so much. സഹകരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ തന്നെ ഇത്തവണ നമ്മുടെ മാധ്യമ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളുടെ സഹകരണം വളരെ കഴിഞ്ഞ പ്രാവശ്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ റിസൾട്ടുകൾ നമ്മൾ പബ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴും അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ പുതിയ ഇനിഷ്യേറ്റീവ് ഇപ്പൊ ആന്ധ്ര പോലെയുള്ള സ്കോളർഷിപ്പ് എക്സാമിന്റെ ലോഞ്ച് അങ്ങനെയുള്ള എല്ലാ സാഹചര്യങ്ങളിലും നമ്മളോട് സഹകരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് പ്രസ് ആൻഡ് മീഡിയ. വളരെയധികം നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. ഇത് ആകാശിന്റെ ഒരു വലിയ ഇനിഷ്യേറ്റീവാണ്. നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിലെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് അവര് സാർ വളരെ കൃത്യമായി തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് കൃത്യമായി തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ അവര് പരീക്ഷ എഴുതുന്നത് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണെങ്കിൽ കൂടി ചിന്തിക്കുന്നതും പഠിക്കുന്നതും കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നതും ഒരു ബൈലിംഗ്വൽ വേയിലാണ്. ഇംഗ്ലീഷും ഒപ്പം തന്നെ മലയാളവും ചിന്തിക്കുന്ന മലയാളത്തിലായിരിക്കുമല്ലോ. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും മലയാളത്തിൽ അവർക്ക് കണ്ടന്റ് അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന രീതിയിൽ
ആകാശിന്റെ ഏറ്റവും എക്സ്പേർട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഫാക്കൽറ്റീസിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ. അപ്പൊ നമ്മളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഒരു കുട്ടിക്ക് ആകാശില് ഒരു നീറ്റ് ജെഇ കോച്ചിങ് എടുക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്സസ് എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവും, അവരുടെ ക്വാളിറ്റി എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവും എന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു അവസരമാണ്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഏറ്റവും എക്സ്പേർട്ട് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സീനിയർ ഫാക്കൽറ്റീസിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടന്റ് ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ആ ചാനലിന്റെ ഒഫീഷ്യൽ ലോഞ്ച് ആണ് എല്ലാം നടത്തിയത്. ഇതിനെ സഹായിച്ച എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. എന്തെങ്കിലും ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ബാക്കിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ സെഷൻ വേണ്ടി ചെയ്യാം. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്.